love these both. If you liked Keeper of the Lost Cities, even the cover fun, kids being spies. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Maya. Today's video is if you liked this book, read this book. I've been wanting to do this for quite a while because I have some book recommendations that are kind of similar to each other that if you liked one of these, you'll probably like the other one too. And the books I'm going to mention in this video are all either young adult books or middle grade books. Let's get started. First, if you liked Princess Academy, then read The Selection. I don't have the physical copy of that, but these are very similar. They're both about regular girls who start training to become princesses, and then at the end they get chosen to be the new princess and marry the prince. And I really enjoyed both of these. This is a middle grade book and The Selection is a young adult book. I'd say the age rating for that is probably 11 or 12 plus, and vice versa. If you read that and you didn't read this and you'll probably like it too. Next, we have one of my favorite books, Heartless. I recommended it a lot of times on my channel, so a lot of you have already read it and you guys told me that you loved it also. But anyways, if you like this, read Caraval. These are pretty similar with a whimsical, mysterious vibes. In Heartless, it's an Alice in Wonderland retelling, and in Caraval, it gives off Alice in Wonderland vibes too. Both of these are such cozy and such fun reads, and the romances in them are really good also. I'd say the age ratings are 12 or 13 plus for this and 14 plus for this because this is a little darker maybe, but yeah, I read this last year and I loved it. So yeah, these two books, awesome. Next, I have these books right next to each other. If you liked XOXO, which is about a girl who goes to a performing arts school in Korea and she really likes this K-pop idol, then you should read K-pop Confidential. This is a girl who's training to become a K-pop idol. Both of these are really fun and kind of addictive and hard to put down, and I think these are 12 or 13 plus for both. Next, we have another fantasy. If you liked Daughter of the Pirate King, you should read All the Stars in Tea. So Daughter of the Pirate King, I wasn't the biggest fan of. I liked the piratiness of it all, obviously, but I feel like the romance was just way too much. And then All the Stars in Tea, the story and plot in this was pretty good, and the romance was pretty good also, I guess. I'm not the biggest fan of either of these, but if you're into one of these, you may like the other. Oh, also, and if you liked one of these, you may also like The Sunken City. Now, this is a piratey, mermaidy series that I did really like. She's like part siren, and then Amar in this book is parts like merfolk, like underwater folk, and I'm not sure about this, I forgot. Next, if you liked Anna and the French Kiss, which is a really popular one, I have like 3 books over here, then you may like Kisses and Croissants. I found these pretty similar. In both, the girl goes to a different country to study, and then obviously there's little romance, and both of these are set in Paris. And then also, if you liked either of these, you may like Love and Gelato, which also she goes to a new country and then there's a romance and just like fun exploring the country vibes. And also, one of my favorite books ever is Again But Better. She also goes to study abroad. I just love study abroad books. Like, if you have any study abroad recommendations, please let me know in the comments. That is just like one book trope I never get tired of. Anyways, so she goes to study abroad in London, I'm pretty sure. This is just so fun. Romance is even the main genre here. It's just like a small side plot, which I also liked. It was refreshing because this is more about her figuring herself out, her adventures in the new country, and there's like an unexpected plot twist like in the middle or somewhere, and I was just like really shocked. The title really made sense then. I mean, it already made sense at the beginning of the book, but then it made
even more sense, it doubled the sense.
So yeah, this looks like such a nice little fun stack. And now some more similar books. If you liked Love and Gelato, then you may like either the second book or the third book in the series, or you may also like A Cuban Girl Guides to Tea and Tomorrow. Also, she goes to a different country, and I think these 2 books are pretty similar in a lot of ways. I'm holding a book behind my back that I took from my sister's room. Okay, if you liked Eva Evergreen, it's a middle grade, probably ages, I don't know, 8 plus, 9 plus, and she's a witch at a new town, like the new town witch, and she has different quests, things to do, gain the town's trust. If you like this, you may also like A Question of Magic, which is about a girl who kind of gets trapped and is forced to be a witch. And I don't want to spoil too much, but this is just very fun also. She like literally can't leave the cottage grounds. This is also middle grade. But yeah, I loved these both. I still think about this book sometimes. It's just so good and so underrated. Next, some more middle grade books is if you liked Story Thieves, then you may like The Book Wanderers. In both of these books, the girl can jump into books and like it's a whole new world in there. In this book, the girl is on her quest to find her father, and then there's also a boy who's like helping her and he's her friend. Next, if you like the School for Good and Evil series, I know a lot of us grew up with this series. It's just so good and it will always probably have a place in my heart. One of my all-time favorite series. If you like this, you should definitely read the Lunar Chronicles series. The first book is Cinder. Both of these series have such good stories, plots, and adventures, and it's so fun. And the characters are so good. You get so attached to them. I love both of these and you should read both of them. Next, if you liked Keeper of the Lost Cities, this is a very popular one and a very good one. You should read School for Good and Evil if you haven't already. These are like my top faves along with some other ones, and obviously Lunar Chronicles and The Unwanted, which is a pretty long series and it's really good also. And I haven't read this, but my sister has. And Nevermore, which is also kind of similar, I've heard in some ways. I'm not totally sure. And then also two more books that I have not read but my sister has is The Land of Stories. She read this a long while ago and she loved it so much. And also Tale of Magic, which is written by the same author, and she also really loved this. Next, if you liked Gilded, which is by my favorite author, Marissa Mayer. I like her other books more, but this is still pretty good. So if you read this and you liked like the haunted castle part, there are adventures in it, like those vibes, then you may like Lake's Edge, where she also stays at like a giant haunted house castle sort of place. So these two are similar in that vibe and like the haunted kind of, what's it called, eerie vibe. Or if you liked the villagey parts of this, like when she arrived at the village and settling there, you may like The Kiss of Deception. A large portion of this book is spent in a village like that, where she's also settling there, and it's just like so fun to read about. This book was a little bit slow, which is why I didn't totally love it. I didn't like either of the love interests. Next, if you liked Legend, which is a dystopian book, and one of the characters is like working for the government, then you may like Renegades, which is about superheroes and villains, and the superheroes are working for their superhero government, and it's also very actiony. The romances in both of these are pretty good. I'd say the characters in this are a little bit underdeveloped, while in this one they feel more like fleshed out and like real characters. Next, more middle grade. If you liked City Spies, which is about kids being spies, then you may like Mrs. Smith's Spy School for Girls, which is also about kids, specifically girls, being spies. Both of these are very fun and adventurous, and I haven't read this, but I have read this. And our last recommendation is if you liked These Hollow Vows, you will probably love Twin Crowns. Even the covers and the text is pretty similar, and the stories just kind of remind me of each other. It's got everything you want in a fantasy book. I feel like this is better. It's definitely more up my lane, and this has too much romance, I feel like, which is why I think it's more suited for older readers, probably 15 plus, and this is probably like 14 plus. If you're choosing between one of these, choose this. And that is everything on my list. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope it helped you find a new read. Let me know if you have any book recommendations for me or for anybody else reading the comments. Subscribe for more book or lifestyle content, and follow my social medias. Everything is linked down below, including my Goodreads. Also, you guys have been asking a lot for a new book recommendation video, and I have posted a lot in the past, both middle grade and young adult book recommendations, and just wanted to let you guys know that I will soon film a new book recommendation video. But first, I want to like finish up what I'm currently reading so I can include that also in the video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!